Good evening, ladies and gents, this is Nerds the Human, and welcome back to our Ostrogoth No Longer Horde Only campaign. And you join us outside Jerusalem, where Verduk, the cruel, great faction leader, has somehow pulled us out of the mire. He got himself over to Salamis, over to Verduk, held the line, and since he's taken back the eastern Mediterranean coast, or much of it anyway. Today we are of course going to head into Jerusalem. Currently it's under siege. We are, I think, a turn or two later from where I left us last time. We had a siege on Antioch which we lifted, very similar to last episodes, and otherwise, well, we've just had a little bit of maintenance going on in the Empire. We are currently reliant on exterminating populations though to get money, so I'm tempted by our taxator because there actually are some units in Kataise, and maybe it's just better to go all the way over there and cause them some problems. I've not seen any troops aside from what's down here, so I'm thinking that might be an interesting play as well, and they're then going to get pulled between sending some over here or indeed going to help our taxator. I'm quite happy to defend the city if that's the way they want to do it. Over by Hatra though, we have another one of our generals over here. He has got the Anchorite, which I find really hard to say for some reason, to boost the Christianity conversion. Probably very necessary indeed. Now, I'm not actually sure if he's boosting it in this region or not. Let's actually have a little check. We can check by looking at Antioch. Public order doesn't seem to be improved by... Oh no, here we are, characters in region 10. So he is technically still in Antioch. We're going to step over here and hopefully might start converting. Unfortunately for us though, there's a good chance that at least this lad here might be Zoroastrian as well, but we might want to start thinking about converting the Zoroastrian regions before we take over. That could become a problem if we're not too careful. I mean, one of the main problems the Sassanids have had is the constant rebellion. I mean, you can see this over here. This is constant, really. That's pretty much what normally happens for the Sassanids, is they just can't hold on to this. It's too far away, the culture's too different, the religion's too different, and the computer isn't very good at converting the regions like the human players might well be. So at the moment it's probably time for us to end turn anyway, and we'll see what happens, because we're pretty much set up here to, well, hopefully today, take out the Sassanids. And we are going to go have a word with the Berbers over here, who of course have taken Egypt. Bit of, that's not what I wanted. Map information for map information. We could do with updating. That's lovely. Yeah, you see, they've got all of Africa now. Isn't that just beautiful? Luscious Berber green across the whole thing. Oh, they want to do this, do they? Interesting. Okay. They're going to give us a little poke, which is just what I want, actually. Let's pull them out of the city and take them out on the field, or at least enough of them that then I can bother to go and take the city. Right, well, this is ideal. This saves us 9 turns of hanging around. Let's head in. Let's take them out. Now, my intention isn't to corner fight here, but I have somewhat ended up in the corner simply because it's such a huge hill position. In many ways, I don't really want to corner fight because I want to take out as many as possible, but I'm guessing if they come from over there, they're most likely going to want to retreat over there. So one thing I should probably try to do is, when I get the opportunity, swing my camels and all of that around the back. But we will wait for that opportunity because we do need to deal with the cataphracts coming in first. So we'll just rearrange ourselves slightly. I won't worry too much about these lads coming in at the start. Good as javelinmen. Just give them a charge. You, my good sirs, might as well just stop shooting. No point of worrying about wasting your ammo right now. But they're going to come forward, and hopefully we're not going to have too many problems with them fleeing. Now, quite often when the original force decides to flee the battlefield, the AI decides it's going to flee with the reinforcing army, even if that's the one with all the strength and the one that should be able to fight the battle. On this occasion, they seem to be continuing wanting to fight, but yeah, now they are starting to be in range. We do need to take advantage of shooting them down if we get the opportunity. Now, ideally, shooting cataphracts wherever possible. They don't really want to do this, and I don't blame them, but it does mean they're just getting themselves shot to ribbons by my magnificently strong archers, up to 4 experience in many cases. Now, they're finally going to come in, and their infantry does not stand much of a chance if it wants to do it like that. We're going to get camels over in this position. just to plug that side. But we do have plenty of infantry out on the flanks here to cover where we need to. Get the javelins to start throwing in. Now they're going to rout immediately. Let's just push into them and make sure we get on top. Don't let them flee too much. We want them to die as much as possible. You get into there. Yeah, you guys are going to push into there. You push into there as well. You get over there. You get round the flank. You get round the flank. We've broken that lad as well. The camels did a magnificent job there. Well done, my camely friends. And yeah, there's a mass rout at this point. All archers shoot on the Kabinari Immortals. General, press forward as much as you can. Even if we don't break them all here, I want to get as close as we can to... Well, even if we don't catch them, I want to be able to be as far forward when they do all decide to actually break. Camel's doing a good job. You lads just get on top of those. They're going to get away. General is... He's not yet ran completely, actually. Go for these javelins first. We'll keep on showering the general as much as possible. And, okay, these lads are largely doing the job they need to. Okay. Let's start... If we can get on top of this general, that would be amazing. You, my good sir, you come down here. You get yourself down here. We want to get the surround on this general as much as possible. There we go. We're into battle with the general now, and all of these guys pile in on him. He is not going to get away. These guys are also not getting away. Camel riders, get a few shots on them while you can, archers. Look at the range we've got on this hill. It's just beautiful. General is in battle. We could just get an unlucky snipe on him, but no, we've got the victory at this point. It is now just a hunt, and when it's a coward chase, we should be able to catch him because he is a heavy cataphract lad, and hopefully he's going to go down right about now. I'm hoping that's him, because if we just leaving him, that would be rather irritating. Oh no, that's a different cataphract. Down goes the general. We've got him, and most of the army has gone as well. We'll see what we can do about the rest of them, but we've cleared out most of them here, 77%, and still a few more to catch. Once again, Vedic the Cruel throwing himself into the fray, and only 37 kills. That should have been a bloody old affair, but no, we got ourselves a beautiful position up on the hill and we slaughtered them. Time to stroll on into Jerusalem then. It's pretty much empty at this point, so I've taken the mercs out just to prevent unnecessary losses do sometimes come up, and Jerusalem is now ours as well. We've got a new border with our friends, the Berbers, who will probably attack us once we run off, but we'll slaughter them, don't worry about that. Send the spy in here. Did he get killed? Oh no, not Valia. Oh, after all this time, Viduk, after all this time you lost your mate. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Okay, we'll get everything repaired up. Marvellous. It is a Christian city, as you might well like to imagine. Get some horse archers over here, because that's what we are in need of. Bit of money to redistribute around, and I do see faction destroyed. I'm going to guess the Slavs, because that bloke was pretty old. Yeah, it's the Slavs. A sad day for our former empire here, but sadly, they did cause a lot of chaos. They caused a lot of chaos, but they just did the classic Barbarian invasion Horde thing, which is never, ever settle. So with that dealt with, then, where is our next move? Well, we've got Petra, which looks empty. Philadelphia is obviously the main one. And to be honest, I think we should probably forget the whole retraining business and just send what we've got to go and deal with this. Oh, look at that. That's... Oh, there's another unit. Oh, well, it's almost perfect, and that's what we like to see. So we'll send that over there. That was strange of a teleport, but okay. We teleported there, but I'll take it. Jerusalem is happy enough for the time being. We'll send a couple lads over. So we have ourselves another spy. You, my good sir. We don't need you to be there at the moment. We get an eye on Petra, but I don't think we need to do that either. Let's get ourselves over to Ctesiphon, and is it just Amartha on this? I think it's still just Amartha. Philadelphia has quite a lot of troops. We'll happily put it under siege. Oh my days, there's war elephants. We are having them. That's most of the money we don't have, but no, I want that. And to be honest, some horse archers is always kind of welcome. So we'll grab all of that nonsense. Oh, we've got elephants, ladies and gents. That's just what we wanted to see. Okay, interesting. They've got themselves pretty much a full stack over there. And, that's intriguing. If we were on the bridge, I'd rather send these two lads to come and help. Get rid of the priests. They're probably not the most useful lad right now. And get rid of the Busolari, because they don't even have the range to shoot over the river. So they're pretty pointless. We'll send those two back towards Antioch for the time being. And we'll see if they want to come attack us on the bridge. I doubt they do, to be honest. But 2 ballistas, 5 archers, and lots and lots of spiky infantry. Well, I think we're in a pretty good position there. So Catase has itself a few units. So yeah, I'm just going to go around. Just going to go around. And in here, just the one general. Easy peasy. Right, you go over to Catase and we'll have a little nose around. Make sure that no one is on their way to help any of them out. Okay, so with a bit of money back in the bank, obviously, we're in a position to just get a few of our units in these towns. Just make sure we're bolstering our numbers. Get a second archer, get a horse archer. In most factions, there's normally a list of units I want as sort of a general garrison. 4 of these infantry, 2 archers, 1 horse archer. That's kind of my basic, I think, at this point. That's what I want to see. By the way, when we took on the rebels on the route down to Ephesus, I cut this out last time, but we did get a man of the hour, a magnificent moustache looking up to the heavens. Oh, I like the look of this guy. He's a good little cut to his jib already, so I'm looking forward to all of that. I did auto-resolve, hence the town's being completely demolished, so we'll have to worry about that another time. One day, maybe today, probably tomorrow, probably next time, to be honest, we'll get ourselves some boats and break out of this nonsense. But yeah, I'm going to go around and make sure that we've got the troops we need in these towns. Just make sure that troops are still coming out of the barracks. I mean, my main units are incredibly cheap, so essentially I can afford them pretty much everywhere. Couple turns on then, and they have decided to take us on in the field outside of Hatra. Now this is an intriguing force here, a big pile of cataphracts and a couple generals. Now I have been trying to lop their heads off, and in spite of a 60% chance, Falcas is still alive. This guy, however, has the biggest set of things. I mean, are you supposed to have 8 retinue? I know that is 8, it just looks like a lot more. Fine, he's rather lazy in spite of all of these things that he's got. Oh, he's going to have a spectacular speech. That's going to be beautiful, but sadly we don't get to hear it. +2 morale, interesting. Bloody, +1 morale. Okay, so these guys are likely to fight to the very end, aren't they? Interesting. Fine. This one's going to be a bloody old affair, but I've got the spearmen to deal with them. Got a couple horse archers as well on this occasion to hopefully mop any up if I need to. Maybe distract a few while we're at it. So happy to have some horse archers back. This is by no means the best army, but it's pretty solid. We should be okay. Let's head in. Largely not an interesting battlefield, but there is a little rock formation, and I was really hoping I could use this hill and the rock formation to... Oh, they got caught out the tiniest bit. I don't know why they broke so easily. It's a bit terrifying. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just use the horse archers a bit closer to home then. You guys pull back over there. We'll pull them into range of us. So, yeah, the idea with any luck would be... Yeah, actually, we might just be in range here. I can see some arrows popping over. They're going to get held back by the rocks and hold them in position as the arrows fall. And, oh, they're getting absolutely pulverized by the arrows. Oh, that's lovely. It's a steep old hill. Now, if they want to charge up at us here, they are most welcome. But the archers have a beautiful, beautiful shot. I know they can't really hit them back there. That's a bit of a shame. These guys might be able to hit them. Yeah, they can hit them as they emerge from the rocks. So the rocks might just be able to help us out, but not as much as I maybe hoped. Nonetheless, it has slowed their approach, which means some of them have been hanging in range a bit longer than they otherwise would. Interesting, they seem to be going for a particular overload on this flank here, so we'll see how this ends up for us. I'm fairly confident that we are able to hold, to be honest, because we've seen it plenty of times. Never even feel the need for a Schultrum, to be honest. We're normally pretty darn confident. I've left these guys over here. Yep, you get into them. We're just going to hold this position for the time being. See, this is a completely new general, of course. He hasn't got the battle experience that some others have. So, but you guys, you get over there and you start covering them. You get on top of them as well. Just make sure that we are safe. Now you pile in on them. You get around that flank. You start to pile around as well, and you just turn around and deal with those lads. Horse archers can just stand as they are. This guy has got one horse running into him, so they'll just stab him to the floor with any luck and move on from there. You get around the back. Those guys are about to charge you, but I'd rather you just run into them, hopefully break them before you get hit yourself, and now they're going to turn around. Okay, bit of a crunch going on in some places. Let's just, we've won this flank, so we need to now pile through onto this side of it. Right, horse archers, get yourselves around the back of those two and start shooting into them. General, get over there. General, oh no, we've got a break on this side. All right, they won one flank. They're gonna win the other. Get yourself over there. General, blow the horn of destiny. He's already done that, and it's not enough. I was a bit late on getting over there. Right, you pull into position there. We're gonna get all infantry onto guard at this point. Just guard, hold position. General, they're Clibinari. Yep, go and get him. Go and get him. Go and get him. Right, you into there. Archers, do what you can. Oh, it's a mass rout. It's a mass rout. No! Oh, I got used to my general's morale compared to these guys. We're not holding. The centre does not hold. No. No, withdraw. 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 Pull out of there. Pull out of there. Okay. Surprisingly, they actually managed to do that pretty well on this occasion. I pressed group rather than withdraw again. Yeah, everyone just get out of there. Get out of there while you can. At least we're near the edge here. We should be fairly safe. Oh, we've decided to stop. No. Continue to withdraw, everyone. Just withdraw. That's what's going on here. Oh no, we've got the problem where they're deciding to stop running and then they get themselves killed. Yeah, well, average defeat. We got caught out there. That was a case of their general had a lot of morale, as had no command experience at all, and it really showed because I'm used to them not breaking. And little reminder, yeah, wasn't quick enough to get the reinforcements over. They won one flank. I mean, I said it right at the start. They threw an overload over there. Thought we can handle it. This time, we didn't. Well, it's a defeat, but it's not a defeat that's all that costly, to be honest. It's going to slow us down a tiny bit. This lad has actually picked up a little bit of law improvement, which isn't a bad thing. Archers mainly come out of it unscathed. I mean, not too badly damaged. We'll just retrain them up and we should be fine to go again before too long. We did lose a good chunk of the infantry, though. The infantry didn't really make it out. Bit of a shame, that. Bit of a shame. Nonetheless, we're going to grab ourselves some forces over here in Jerusalem and head on down to Petra. Just grab that with a reasonably large force. That will do the job up to... yeah, we'll get ourselves just a couple more infantry over there and we'll be fine. Command of age for this lad over here. A wheat-chinned strict governor. How can we both wheat-chins? Oh, count. Okay. Fine. Okay, let's not worry about him. He will probably just be laying down watchtowers at some point. Let's just stroll on into the city over here. 61. It's only one general. Ridiculous. Anyway, another man dead. Sassanid turncoat, the great moustached man. I mean, they do love their handlebar moustaches, don't they? They are just beautiful. Okay, a few bits of retraining done. We'll build a pub, because why would we not? And actually, can we just get going? You know what, we'll wait a turn. We'll wait one turn. Get an infantryman just to hold the line. And we'll see about all of that. Now, there is a force coming up here, yeah. So, in fact, there's more forces coming over here. Yeah, this is where the losing at Hatcher is a bit irritating, because there was a good opportunity there. Ah, there he goes. It's a good opportunity to pull them in one direction whilst we attack the other, which in many ways has worked. Now, we might just have to hold out our attacks to, which means retraining here quickly is probably of the, yeah, getting moving quickly is probably the main plan at this point. Let's get these infantrymen moving over to Antioch. You get in there, or just stand outside for now. We'll retrain when we can. Okay, things are looking good in spite of our little setback there. get the watchtowers plonked down. We want to make sure we know where all these boats are on this particular occasion. In fact, that's exactly what you can be doing, my good man. Let's get a tower down. Now, did we ever build one Sassanids? We did not. We're not going to get him there. We can build one over here. Don't know why we can't walk along the coast. I guess the pirates are going to eat us if we do that. We'll just plod you back in the town for the time being. But no, I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right. We'll get the killer moving on this direction, and we can see what's over there. Yeah, move over towards Setaphon. That's a rebel. Okay, keep moving up in that direction. There's another general over here. We'll murder him next turn as well. Woohoo! Another assassination for the nation. We are besieged at our tax tower, and I think, to be honest, we'll just give them a little poke. They actually have some elephants with them. Interesting. But hopefully they will stand and, well, we've actually only got one archer unit to shoot them at. Shoot them from the walls. So this might be an awkward sally, but we might as well do it before more turn up. A very, very strange opening tactic from the Sassanids. They've gone completely insane. What are they doing? Like... oh, it's beautiful, beautiful chaos. I love it. They really don't know what to do about these horse archers, do they? I would suggest by this point, sir, you should probably be sending your own out against us. But at this point, they don't quite know what to do. They are... interesting. They're just letting the flank be open to them. Well, I'm happy for that situation, to be honest. Elephants want to come over to me. That is a good way of me slaughtering them. So we'll just run them towards the walls. Yep, you go and do that. Lovely. We'll get shooting on them first. The rest are getting closer, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but it is something. Okay, get the shots in on the elephants. Run towards these walls. That's a good plan. And these archers, if they can get the elephants close enough, can start shooting them with fire. Oh, that's what we want to see, ideally. Uh-oh. 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 Elephants are charging. Elephants are charging. Yep. Keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Okay. Are you in range of them? You are in range of the elephants. Fire arrows on them, please. Please, fire arrows all into these guys. We can get them to start running amok. That would be lovely. And the fire arrows come in just as they start to run towards their own men. They're not breaking just yet, but we should be able to get another volley or two before we get to that situation. Come on, my horse archers. Come on. Come on. One, yes! Yes, 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 yes! They're running amok straight through their own men. Oh, that's just what we want to see. Here's the general being annihilated by an elephant. Oh, perfect timing, my archers. One unit of archers was indeed all we needed for the chaos. Oh, they ran straight to the general. That is perfect. And still they pummel through. Oh, is this not what everyone dreams of when they play Rome? All you really want is the elephant. Oh, it's just magnificent. He's so close to the general right now. He's actually pummeling the general. Oh, we've got some Equites charging into us. All cav, get going. They might be retreating at this point. If they are, then we'll catch whatever we can. Yeah, they're gone. Let's just charge them down. The elephants have routed their own army. It's spectacular. Oh, you've got to love it. You've got to love it. Just got to make sure we don't get ourselves killed by them now. Oh, that is classic Total War. One heroic elephant gets to tell the story back home. But of course, we still manage to shoot him down over the line. He's chasing after that general. Lovely stuff. Let's just probably get the horse archers to stop shooting. This went spectacularly better than I ever could have envisaged. I am quite happy with this particular affair. Oh, you can be sure that when we use our elephants down, where are they? Philadelphia right now. They will almost certainly do the same thing to our whole entire army. With reinforcements in Armenia, then we should probably take them out before yet more arrive. These guys do have a few onagers, but mostly it's some battered units from previous battles. Honestly, it's a half stack at best. This lad isn't particularly interesting. I think we've killed too many of their generals to leave any of the good ones, although that intense stare is somewhat eating at my soul. So let's head into battle and let's take him out. As we continue to shuffle forward, they have been shuffling back, but I hear the call now of charge, which means Yes, we need to start getting into all of this. Throw some javelins where you can. I left these guys on skirmish. That's slightly irritating. You lads just make sure that we're shooting them down from the flank. Right, we're going to start getting some of these reserves in now. You really need to get into this flank. Send him this guy to come and help. And I think, to be honest, you need to come over to this flank as well and just get anyone into the rear. General's piling in over there. We have some archers taking care of stuff and things in that part of the world. And to be honest, I think we can just get these guys around the back. That will be best. Start piling into them, please. We'll just push through them. That should be fine. Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. Down goes their general, I assume. That's very good indeed. My general is now going to come around the back and close the trap. Oh, it's just their general left and he's fleeing as well. That's what we need. You get on top of him. He's not going to get away, please. Oh, you missed. They kind of just missed. Oh well, horse archers, hunt down those lads. That'll be grand. It's another army defeated. It's time for the rematch at Hatra then, and this time I think we have a much better chance. Firstly, we do at least have ourselves an army that I now understand will run away, but we have some horse archers to help us out with that, as well as some camels to help turn the tide of battle. Also, they're not all under the same commander this time. The last commander was very strong indeed. He had himself a... I've read that as Zoroastrian piety. Okay. Yeah, this guy is... he's got +2. Damn and blast. -4 to the hit points, though. That's good to know. Good to know that we can snipe him. I don't know how we managed to not kill him in spite of all of our attempts, to be honest, because, yeah, we just need to, like... I don't know, breathe in his general direction would have killed him. Oh well, nonetheless, he does have a bit of plus morale, but not as much as the other guy who obviously were to take on before. He's got quite a small force, which does work in our favour. However, he does have, as we know, a fair amount of very, very useful traits. Keep things tight, shoot a ballista in the general direction of Mr. Ill over here, and hopefully we'll be fine. A fairly plain battlefield. Horse archers are going to do a bit of good work early on, sniping the odd unit as they get the opportunity. Have taken a few losses. The Clibanaries are a little bit awkward to deal with, of course. They have heavy armour, which is stopping them from getting themselves killed too quickly by our archers. Nonetheless, they do seem to be distracted by the horse archers and haven't put into the main battle just yet. I don't want to face them all together, so this very much works for me. Just put away from the Clibanarii. The Immortals are slightly more of a concern. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just head towards these archers and regroup with the main army. You can see we do take a fair few losses to their arrows, which I don't really like, but on the plus side, we have taken care of their infantry and most of their missile units. Our guys are going to stop now. Thank you very much. Just in time for the horse archers to land on top of them. With the reinforcements arriving, I thought I would start to send in all of my cav quickly into these guys and see if we can just snipe them off. Wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Mr. General, though, maybe not led by you. Let's try and get you around the side if at all possible. That would be lovely. Okay. We're just going to pile in for a moment, see if we can snipe him and immediately pull out. He hasn't died yet. He does have the world's tiniest amount of hit points. But I think a little poke isn't the worst idea. Camels do tend to break. Horses, if you are lucky. Although they have broken, sadly. And the reinforcements are here. In they come for a nice big clunky charge. Is the ballista ready? I think we did just shoot 1 or 2 of them down, but we haven't hit them properly. But they've decided to ignore us, which is quite... Oh, we broke! Didn't even touch you! For Pete's sake. Well, that's rather irritating, isn't it? Okay, camels, get yourselves around the side and try and get into the side of them. We'll go and get the infantry in here as well. I think this is the world's most easily killed general by the looks of it. That should be that lad. Oh, the camels broke as well, but a beautiful rain of arrows over the top there. Got more and more infantry going down. We've got too many breaks going on in this battle. I don't really like it. Down goes the general, which is good timing. Hopefully he will die just in time for us to try and deal with some of these reinforcements coming in, because we are going to have a few problems in a minute. Some cataphracts over on this flank. Hi. Let's just get my cav units into you. Get into you. Oh, we've got the mass route again. We've got the mass route again. Just doesn't... Ugh. This general just keeps breaking us. Nothing we can... Right, get the archers out of there. They're already getting out of there. Okay, we don't want to do this apparently. Right, everyone else just withdraw again. Apparently, you're all useless numpties. I tried to get a boat from Ephesus over to Crete. It's been there one turn. One turn. And they decided to drown it. Of course they have, and now we're blockaded because the rebels know. They know everything. We really should have just put this guy out of his misery and let him die on that battlefield. But no, he is still in charge of an army, albeit I'm sending it up north to try and reinforce our Taxeter. But no, that silly army with the few elephants from earlier in the episode have tracked him down. Let's see if he can manage to win this. In comes the single elephant, who's apparently going to come and charge some of my horses. Okay, well done, Alanis. Well done. They're getting themselves chased down. Shall we just get all of the missiles to shoot down that? No, he's running amok. It's fine. Don't worry about him. We'll shoot someone else next time. Oh, we killed him. That's a bit of a shame. Goth Raiders are now well out of position. Their hippos are charging at us. There's someone else charging at us. I have no idea what's going on. This general doesn't know what's going on, as we know. And we won't worry about any of that chaos. So. Let's just shoot in as many missiles as we can into these lads over here. Get you infantry lads to do something. You to do something as well. And all cavalry charge into the general. That was all units charge into the general, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Everyone just killed the general. Ah, this guy is the greatest tactician on earth. He has, however, killed the bloke. Well done, my good sir. And at that point, we might as well send everyone else onto him. He might actually win a battle terribly, inefficiently, but he might actually do it. I kind of told the archers to shoot them, but okay, fine, everyone just charge him. Be a coward, pull out of there. I think he might actually win a battle. He should definitely retire after this, though. Well done, my sir. Down in Philadelphia, it should be a fairly simple affair, but we do have elephants, so it could be interesting. It's going to be one of those interesting sally battles, yes, where we stand at the towers and use them as much as possible. We've got archers situated behind the towers, or in between the towers, I should say, trying to shoot through the gaps. We've got infantry at the front to prevent the towers being interrupted, which is just beautiful. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this sally. It should be a very amusing affair. Some of the cataphracts are mad enough to run in this direction, which is the direction of the elephants. Okay, well, we'll get the camels on top of them for the time being. We'll just see if the camels can do the job, because there was a bit of archer fire. Don't want to kill the those lads if I don't need to. Blow the horn of destiny, sir. Just get on top of them. Frightened by elephants. They're near enough by, as well as the camels, to hopefully turn that around into a victory. Yeah, they've broken. Too many little factors there. Putting the camels and the elephants next to each other is just a beautiful tactic, actually. Turns things around very nicely. All the cavalry's come out of one side, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, you guys, you get yourselves turned around. We're going to get the elephants to charge into these lads. Come on, back over there. Elephants are going to come ploughing in. Ooh, they've actually been held off a little bit by the cataphracts. Archers should probably not be shooting at elephants. Archers... See, the problem is I can't say don't shoot at this unit. Let's just tell them to stop shooting full stop right now. Oh, no, this unit wants to offer itself up. That's fine by me. Elephants are going to give them the kablamo. That's lovely. Ooh, a bit of a side swipe on these chaps. A bit rude if I do say so myself. I think we need to start shuffling these over to something like that. Thank you, because they're about to send a huge pile of them in. Elephants, though, will probably do the job in a moment. Send the camels close by because the, as I say, the morale factor of both of those at once is quite beautiful. Yep, little bit of a poke. They are now broken as well. All archers. Ceasefire. Don't do anything for now. These guys in range, vaguely. Oh, a few flaming arrows on my elephants. Just get them out of there. Get away from the front. Don't get flamed. Okay, pretty good work in general. Archers, shoot them in the back as they run away, because you do now have a pretty safe shot. And we're going to send these lads after him just to finish that off. And the elephants come back to nice, safe position. Intercepted. Ha 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 ha. The hippos will live to fight another day. And they are sending a few flaming arrows in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're in Amok. I said this would happen. I should have just sent them miles away. Okay, what do I need to do now? I don't know, but it's all about to go very wrong, very, very, very fast. Hope, possibly hope. Okay, let's just get these. Let's just get these guys over here. Get them out of the way, and hopefully they'll just run away from me. That was a bit unfortunate. There's not been many arrows on them for that to happen, but kind of is what it is. I could put the knife in them, but that seems mean and kind of unnecessary. Okay, see what we'll do. We'll get our archers, all of them out of the way. Archers move forward. You guys, minus the archer lads, you get in front of them. Yep, these guys are just piling in. Don't worry about the towers. There's too many of you and not enough. Elephants seem to be going off in the right direction. They're really sodding off, which is what we want. Siege towers. That hasn't highlighted them. Annoyingly, that highlights all the units, not all the siege towers. Okay, well, we'll just keep on plodding forward. Does look like we're about to run into the town, though. So we might as well, at this point, just go grab the plaza. Luckily, we have managed to take them out. The plaza was slowly ticking down. The elephants, amok as they were, never quite managed to catch our infantry, who did panic a few times, but the victory is ours. Potentially the biggest battle in quite a while. I was trying to avoid this one. I've been on the bridge for a few turns. Decided to stand by the mountain instead and see if they would take any bait or if I could just move on to Arsacia, but no. Now this guy has some brutal, brutal troops. He's not very good, but he does have some elite cataphracts and Climinari, so some things to worry about there. He's equally not the best commander in the world, fairly new, but he's better than me. I'm not very good at all. If we learn anything from those battles down south, is that this can go wrong very, very quickly. I'm just going to hope that we're on a mountain. One of the major problems we've been having is not breaking enough of the enemy, so this time we are very much aiming to weaken this front line of infantry and skirmishers, which will hopefully give us the best chance of breaking one of them when it comes to the battle and then creating a mass rout. We're at the top of the hill over there. They are starting to get a few arrows back into us, but generally speaking, we're doing a nice bit of work, laying a bit of fire on them. They are starting to run now, which is a little bit worrying because they're getting very, very close to me indeed. So, horse archers pull out of there. The normal archers should be well in range at this point. As you can see, this time we are shiltrumed. We've just got a doom box and just see if this can do it because, I mean, I think we got lulled into a slightly false sense of security by some of the victories we were having against these lads because they are ridiculously brutal to take care of. So what I'm going to do is just charge straight down this middle here and try and get these horse archers through into the flank. Good. That's what we want. That's one break, and more importantly, a distraction, and most importantly, a hold in their line, which means that we can start getting around the flanks. Lovely stuff. That will hopefully distract them a lot. Now, we are very much cheesing along the red line here. There is a slight gap where they can hit our archers, to be fair, but overall, the cheese is very strong in this particular one. Levy Spearmen, we should just pull out of that, even though we certainly should win against about 15 of them. Let's get the camels taken care of. They're going to start piling in. That's fine. We'll just have to do whatever it is that we can at this point. Yeah, we've got... Oh, they're charging down the hill at us. Just get out of there right now. Anytime you want to start moving, just get out. How slow can you be? Aishkaba. Anyway, charge down the hill. Keep taking care of all those skirmishers. Just delay them. Make sure they can't spend too long. Well, we can't have too long with all of them attacking the line at once because that will certainly spell disaster. Oh, the horse archers are all broken. It's just one unit of camel raiders. Just skirmish a bit, but no. No, they're broken, which is pretty irritating. The horse archers have not been doing me well in recent episodes. That is for sure. It's been all about these infantry, but they are they're doing a lot of damage to one flank, to be honest with you. But I'm happy to hold for the time being. The horse archers can just run off far enough away. They might be able to come back, but they keep on running too close. Just run away from them. And, oh, we've got a couple of them. We've got a couple of them still on the battlefield. The others, unfortunately, ran away. But if you can just run off in that direction, at the very least, it keeps them far away for a little bit longer. Legion really need to push forward on that particular flank right now. How's the Schiltrums doing at the front? The front's good. It's just this one here that got a tile. Wow! He got flown far into the sky. Levy, Pikemen, and Cataphracts. Okay, these two are going to die, but they might as well at least distract them for a bit longer. And come get more of them over here. Okay, someone went flying down the hill. I don't know if that was their horseman or not. We're just going to hold on and see if we can... win this battle or not. Time to go to fire because we are getting the breaks now. This is what we want to see. Not enough that I'm teased, but enough that okay, I think we can get them shooting at these guys. I think we might have actually broken them mostly here. They look like they're retreating, but I don't quite believe it yet. Infantry. Ooh. Should I break out of it? I'm not sure I should, to be honest. There still could be an army over there who need to go down. What I will do, though, is grab a few of my infantry. No, they're gone. They're gone. I was about to send those guys forward, but in the end, I don't need to worry. Right, Kibinari are over there. We'll set up the general to go and chase down infantry. Just get forward now at this point. Out of Schiltrums, I would suggest. And just start charging. Horse archers. Oh, the horse archers are well gone, but... yeah, we got these 17 left. The archers can finish us off, though. Start charging them down, see what we can get rid of. A clear victory for us there. It looked dicey for a while, but we managed to pull for it. Glorious. The major consequence of that battle is now Thrallspar and Arsacia are both pretty much open. Our good old friend Vinthar the Killer has gone and killed the lad over here, which has got most of the remnants of that army as far as I can tell. We obviously will take those two in the next few turns. Our good old leader, Vedic the Cruel, is heading in. I've removed the mercs because I'm just going to auto-resolve this one. No need to worry about that. Exterminate the population. Go and give them a little poke. Make sure that we murder that lad. And he is dead. Beautiful. And he's now the butcher I just saw there. Marvellous stuff. Vedic the Butcher. At 46, he doesn't have an awful lot of ability, considering some of the victories that he's won us. He's been an absolute hero. But sadly, not a huge amount in terms of his traits. Fine, we can probably do a bit of merging, actually, to get these guys back up to full speed. We do want to do this in a turn if we can at all possible. Most of these... yeah, we've got a little bit of retraining to do, which is a bit unfortunate. But, nonetheless, we can pretty much head off next turn, I reckon. Can we get this done? Yes, we can. We'll get the elephant sorted out. We'll get some infantry to hold the town. And we'll move on next turn. We do have a spy with him. And we'll keep that lad with him for now. This guy, his career is to hold this bridge now. He lives on this bridge. And he has repelled one unit already. Into Thrallspar we go. And that will win that battle nice and easily. They seem very unhappy. We'll give them a pub. I'm sure they'll be fine. Quite happy for you to follow whichever god you want, my good sirs. But I would like you to make sure that you fight for me now. That's pretty much how this works. And that's pretty much how it's going to go from here on in, I think. Because the Sassanids are, as you can probably tell by the map, are starting to look very, very weak indeed. So we'll just grab the majority of this force and head straight over to Arsacia. Our spy, as I say, has already done the murdering necessary over here to open up the town. Thrallspar looks very, very unpleased with its situation. We'll get some horse archers. Send a few. Actually, we'll send these 3 over, and the rest we'll just have to wait for in time. We'll get the barracks fixed up because then we can make them happier next turn. Over in Kataise, we've also got that under siege. We built up an army from Sinop and Khazaria, to be honest. And all the gates open, all the better. That's a bloody affair, but you know what, it's fine. This is a random army as far as I'm concerned. Now, north, do they have the next territory? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's still rebel. They were fighting this for quite a while, but apparently it is still rebel. Cotes is also unhappy. Why are you unhappy? They're Christian. Have a pub. Have a pub. That's the solution to all our problems. And we'll just get them retrained. No issues over there. Beautiful. So they are now down to, what, 3? Yeah, 3 settlements. Now, of course, we've got our good old faction leader over here. Vedek's going to head over to Sisyphon very soon. In the south, we have another army down here to go and take on Damartha. Now, there was a full stack, well, not quite a full stack, but, you know, a fairly mean-looking army floating around. So I've picked up a few more troops. We probably would still lose to that. In fact, we definitely would. But if they want to plod off in this direction, they're welcome. But at this point, there isn't much that they can do, to be honest. We're keeping an eye on the Berbers. Berbers are potentially going to want to poke us, but we've now got good views. They have a stack and a half. We'll have to deal with them at some point. But for now, let's not worry too much. Right, this lad who's been going around murdering all the rebels in all of Turkey has dumped off his armies and is now happy to return back to the town. And you, my good sir, put down another watchtower. Head over to Sinope. You can do with someone, anyone, frankly, to keep them happy. They've been stocking the armies for a while, so we can probably start to settle that down. Okay, I'm quite happy for this to be the border, actually. So we'll send this lad along the northern lines. The rebels, as far as I'm concerned, are Horde peoples. They're maniacal, you know, and completely chaotic in all ways. They're anarchic, and we got to love the rebels. So they get to live, that's fine. As for the rest of this, well, we're getting very close to the end here as far as the Sassanids are concerned. Well, it's hardly surprising, but the Berbers have indeed decided to attack me. My little call on them there, I actually missed the fact that there was an army floating on the border who attacked my general. So we now have to deal with all of that. They have not decided to send the actual armies. Luckily, with all the recent sackings, I do have some troops. I've just sent some from Sidon and Philadelphia over to Jerusalem to get some more in Petra as well. But quite frankly, their armies are terrible, aren't they? We've got big walls and we'll have some spearmen and archers, and that will almost certainly do the business. But before we worry about that, we'll do that next time. But for now, we will just finish off our Sakia, exterminate the population. That's beautiful. And they only have 2 towns left at this point, Damartha and Ctesiphon. Now, there is an army somewhere in here, which is still quite strong, but let's not worry about that. They probably won't even matter, because at this point we're going to take out their last generals. That one didn't have any family members, and as for this one, I don't know if there is one here or not. And unfortunately, even Father Killer is a bit slow in getting there, but he should be able to get there next time to murder up anyone who's left. Well, today has been efficient murder. Not as efficient as I thought, though. We had a couple of battles where they did fight us off, mainly due to the incompetence of, yes, Anthgild over here, who is, well, we'll give him a job. We'll give him a really terrible job. Maybe he's just supposed to be the man who runs a town. Who knows? He is a sober man. Maybe he should have a drink. Have a drink, my good sir. It might just get you over your indifferent commanding. But he has taken a hit in battle. You know, he might be the best commander, but maybe he's just a fighter. Perhaps he is just a fighter. He's a good ambusher, apparently. We never got the opportunity for that. There's no trees around here. Perhaps he was just born in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nonetheless, we've had a very productive day. We've pretty much eaten the entire Sassanid Empire in one sitting here, which is great news indeed. I didn't quite manage to finish them off. My senses are tingling, and I feel like I must have hit 55 minutes by this point. So we will leave it here for now, because next time, is it the end? It depends how easy the Berbers are going to be to kill. We might have 2 more rounds, because I might need to go on a bit of a tour to finish off this campaign. But first things first, we will finish off the Sassanids, who have put up some tough fights, but ultimately we're going to be able to kill them. we're going to have to deal with the rebels because we should actually be pretty safe from invaders. We can reorganise all our armies to go and take on the Berbers. So next time we'll go take on the Berbers and see if we can do anything about the poxy rebels. And if that's not the finale, then after that we do need to go and take on the Celts. So I suspect there might actually be 2 more episodes left in this at this point, but we shall see just how much of a fight the Berbers want to give us. I suspect they'll be terrible, but you never know. Before I leave us for today though, let's have a quick look at the map because it's always fun to see how it's looking. Wow, some nations have got themselves killed at this point, pretty much. Wow, no, they're struggling. It was a good thing that I'm not actually this is the Vandals in Horde, non-Horde mode, but still looking like a mass Horde of Doom. This is beautiful. Quite like that, although there is a war between these two at this point. That's like a world war right there. That is magnificent stuff. Oh, the Celtic army's moved. This guy's still standing in the same place, but they've moved their army. That's interesting news. They're probably just in a forest. Or, well, they don't disband, because that's not really something they do on this. They've run out of money. Interesting. Somehow the Huns still exist. Old man just floating around. Oh, he's at 47. They've got a while yet. They might live longer than the Celts and the Berbers. Good on them. Good on them indeed. But at this point, yeah, we are desperate. One day we'll get back to Cadonia, but we're still blockaded even over here. Yes, it's been an interesting campaign. A really interesting campaign. And we actually aren't too far off realising our ambition of killing all the non-Horde factions, even if there are only 3. Well, 4. We'll let them live. They'll survive, I think. We'll probably have 2, 3. That'll be all that remains at the end of all this. Oh dear. This has been a magnificently wild ride. I've loved it. Okay, I will leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Tener's Human, and this has been an Ostrogoth No Longer a Horde campaign. Thank you, and bye-bye. They are just throwing themselves to their deaths. Woohoo! Chunky, chunky, chunky death. Oh, that wasn't a very good charge. Oh, we're flying! There is no one near beside him. Yeah! Axe in the head! Axe in the head. Yeah, beautiful.